Greetings. This is me, Blind Visionary, aka the Conduit, aka a grumpy old man, coming at you with my latest hip-hop album review, Self-Licking Ice Cream Cone by Canibus and Johnny Slash on production. Now, oh how the mighty have fallen. Canibus, once upon a time, in a hip-hop galaxy far, far away. He used to be a top-tier MC. Most of us idolized him. Most of us dreamed to even be a tenth of the MC he used to be. Somewhere along the line, after the debacle with Wyclef, and then the debacle with LL Cool J, and then the debacle of all debacles with Eminem, Canibus went somewhere, and he never, ever came back. The height of his career was 20 years ago with Rip the Jacker, produced by a legendary producer, Stoop of Jedi Mind Tricks. That was the heights, and ever since then, with a few possibilities of possibilities being possible, it was all downhill. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. You remember that battle with Disaster in LA, where he picked out his rhyme book and started reading from it in a rap battle. And he thought nothing was wrong with that. And he thought, how dare the crowd laugh at him? And it just kept getting worse. Mediocre release after subpar mediocre release. Then we fast forward to recently with the Pete Rock debacle. It's like the man is already on fire, burning to death, and people are throwing barrels of ether on him. There is no such thing as remorse when it comes to people's views on Canibus, because, well, a lot of us believed in him, and we believed in him a lot more than he believed in himself, apparently. He also believed that he could pick good beats, and sometimes beliefs are based on delusion, and this is one of them. So, this brings me to our current release, Self-Licking Ice Cream Cone. Now, right out the bat, I'll have to say this. Young people will always tell you that older rappers have no business rapping because nobody wants to hear their grandfather rap. Nobody wants to hear an old man telling you to get off of his lawn. Well, that was very, very arguable. But with this release, we cannot dispute that any longer because this is exactly what it is. An old man, a very, very grumpy and disgruntled old man, telling you to get off his lawn in the most non-comprehensible ways I've ever heard. And this is coming from someone who has been almost a 40-year hip-hop veteran as far as listening and being a fan. And I cannot tell you what the hell this man is saying. His cadence sounds like he has blue balls. And whoever he's with doesn't want to give him any pum-pum. He sounds frustrated, he sounds bitter, and he sounds angry. Why? Why? Not even upcoming producer Johnny Slash, who admittedly has some serious bangers, couldn't save this. The beats are subpar, and I don't think that's due to Johnny Slash. After all, the MC hits up the producer provides beats, the MC chooses the beats. So if Canibus picks some lackluster shit out of Johnny Slash's stash, you can't really falter him. And even then, MCs could have made these beats work way better than Mr. Grumpy Old Man. And that is proof by all the guest features completely bodying Canibus on his own shit. Oh wow, how the tables have turned. Do you kids remember back when you saw the words featuring Canibus and you knew you were in for a treat, and he would body everybody on the song and have quotables after quotable after quotable? Those days are long gone. Oh, how the mighty has fallen. I have to stress that. And I have to stress that over and over again. Because as much as it's going to hurt him if he sees this review, it hurts me even more as a fan to have to come here and tell you that this is a train wreck's train wreck. I could barely get through it. And I could definitely barely comprehend it. And I don't want to hear about this has some subliminal, no. This is just gibbering. There are often times where I have to even wonder, can this man hear the beat when he's recording? Because it's completely off. There is nothing to redeem this album outside of the guest appearances and one slight moment when old Canibus shows his head. But it is somewhat of a disappointing appearance because, well, once again, he's offbeat. And to make matters worse, he's on a trap beat. God help us. Who the hell told him that was a good idea? I have no idea. Well, it is with great reluctance that I get to the part of the review where I break this thing down track for track. Now, we start with the intro, Slice. And it is abbreviation for self-licking ice cream cone. Oh, how clever. Anyway, right out the gate, you hear a Johnny Slash beat with some cuts, with some excerpts from some Canibus bars that sounds like the Canibus we once knew and loved. The Canibus that is long gone. The Canibus that we don't even think exists anymore. And the person we're dealing with is somebody who stole his name, his persona, and whatever. But anyway, this is the last time, except for one occasion, that's brief on one song towards the end, where you will hear even something resembling the Canibus you used to know 20 years ago. Right off the bat, we get into track number 2, Slackjaw Fascists. It's more like old man fascists. You know, like sometimes when you don't want to do something and you mumble under your breath, you're like, I really don't want to have to go work with these stupid people. I don't know why they keep on inviting me. It's just annoying. I don't like all this shit. Canibus was doing the rapping equivalent to that. It was putting me to sleep because he sounded like he was half asleep. He doesn't want to rap. He sounds like a rapper complaining about rapping. It is really, really, really bad. So bad that I'm not going to dwell on it any longer because this is painful. So I'm going to get through it as quickly as possible. We have Every Right Thinking American, track number 3. Now this beat had potential, just like all the other beats on the album, as I said. But here comes Grumpy Old Man again with one of the most annoying choruses I've ever heard. And that's saying a lot. Like, what's the point of this chorus? And what is the point of what he's saying? There is nothing there, despite the title of the song. What the hell is he doing? I couldn't tell you. I refuse to tell you because I refuse to think about what the hell he's trying to get me to think about, because maybe I might become a grumpy old man too. And we don't want that. Moving on. Track number 4. Track number 4 is the Demiside, featuring Rock Ness Monster from Helter Skelter and Husk Kingpin. Now, off the bat, once you hear this song, you will hear exactly what I'm talking about. All the MCs who are on this completely outshine the person who asked them to be on the album. It's pretty sad. Oh my God, it's pretty sad. Now, off the top, we have Mr. Rock Ness Monster, who, in the beginning of his verse, was clear to me. Yes, I caught it. It was very clear to me that he was trolling Canibus. Listen to his cadence. He had the same old man cadence, but in his actual Rock Ness Monster style, with actual comprehensible lyrics, and he was actually on beat. Would you look at that? Beat was okay. Nothing special, but it did what it was supposed to do. So then you have Grumpy Old Man coming in once again. A bit more energy, but that's not saying a lot. Then you have Husk Kingpin, who delivers a very solid verse. So yes, that song is somewhat tolerable, but that's because it's just not Canibus alone. Anyway, track number 5, Weed Above, or however the hell you say this damn name. The grumpiness and this subpar, I really don't feel like being here, and I'm miserable as hell voice continues. I really, really don't know who told him this was a good idea. There's nothing here. So I'm moving on. Now, the highlight of this album is this song right here, Part 2, featuring the Horsemen, which is Razkaz, Killer Priest, and Corrupt. And I must say, off the top, Corrupt is sounding like his old self again. Very, very glad to hear that. Killer Priest was thus there, but he wasn't at least Canibus, so I'll give him credit. And Razkaz did his thing as usual. Razkaz has never really fallen off on the bar tip. So yes, this is the highlight of a very, very, very lacking of highlights release. So then we go on to what is a very hilarious title track. You know, that could have had some sort of substance or concept, but it doesn't. He who cut down the hemp tree. Yes, he who cut down the cannabis tree is more like an appropriate thing. Like, why? Why didn't it just end here? We don't need any more. Because it's just babbling about God knows what. Offbeat, subpar choruses, and basically wasting the producer's beats over and over and over again. I'm hoping Johnny Slash at least got a really, really nice bag for this project. Because dude is an insane producer, and this just ain't it. But again, it's not his fault. Now, remember that moment I was telling you about? Well, this is it. The song 4 Characters, featuring Absol. This is the point where we get some old remnants of the old Canibus. But it doesn't last that long. And once again, he's offbeat, and it's on a damn trap beat. And Absol is just there. I've heard better from him, but once again, he outdid Canibus. That was that, and that was over as soon as it started. And now, this song. What the hell do I say about this song outside of the damn title? Press pussy panic button. These titles are something else. Now, he's trying to do a bit of internet banter on this song, but he's doing it like a grandfather who is like, how the hell do I use this iPhone? What the hell is a Wi-Fi password? Why do I need the Wi-Fi password? I don't want to go on TikTok because I don't like how these young girls are dancing. What the hell is all of this stuff that I have to deal with every day? I don't like it. You need to get off my damn lawn and make America great again, even though I'm black and it's not meant for me. Yeah, that's what it basically is. Why? One more time. Why? Now, finally, we get to the last song. Praise the God I don't believe in. Now this song is called Loyalty, the rap villain / the black villain, featuring Kool G Rap, Chris Rivers, and some guy singing. Oh, and King Crooked is also on this song. Forgive me, I'm just trying to push through this damn torturous review, because after this, I will never, ever speak on this album ever again. This song has one of the most outdated choruses, well, next to the Horseman chorus, with the dancehall artist who sounds like he's stuck in 1994. These two choruses, besides the actual awful choruses from Canibus, are so horrendous that they actually make me want to run my head into the wall, because I believe that would hurt less than having to listen to these things. But regardless of this, Kool G Rap did his thing, because he's Kool G Rap. Chris Rivers, I've heard him do better, but he still did his thing. King Crooked was his aggressive self, as usual. And let's not even talk about Canibus. There's no need to continue to talk about Canibus. This album was audio torture. This album was heartbreak on top of heartbreak on top of heartbreak. I cannot believe this is the person I used to look up to. This is the person who came down here in 1997 and destroyed the stage with Busta Rhymes and Foxy Brown. I cannot believe this is the man who gave the business to LL Cool J in second round knockout. Oh my God, it hurts me so much to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, I consider myself a martyr. I took one for the hip hop team. I listened to this so you don't have to listen to it. Avoid it like the plague. Avoid it like a woman with over 6 kids. Avoid it like McDonald's if you have a gourmet burger spot right next to it. Regardless, just avoid it. Big up Johnny Slash and big up all the features. But Canibus, I don't know what the hell happened to you in the army, but this is not it. Please, retire. Please. I have spoken.